Rise and Grind DMV. Happy Saturday. We are waking up to cloudy skies across the area, but clouds will give way to sunshine as we head through the afternoon. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of your weekend forecast coming up.
And this morning on DC News Now, black boxes from the helicopter and passenger plane recovered in that mid-air collision near Reagan National Airport. And we're learning just a day before that crash, air traffic controllers sent resignation officers with 8 months' pay. And as crews continue to work to recover bodies from the Potomac River, we're learning more about some of the lives cut short in that collision.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for waking up with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. Your time, it is 8 o'clock. It is February 1st. Welcome to Black History Month. And this new month, off to a pretty decent weather start. Let's send you outside with a live look. Wow, that is stunning.
I know, right?
Over the National Cathedral. I love to see the hues in the sky as the sun is already up, but those clouds seem to be lingering a little. The wind blowing. That's enough of my weather forecast. Let's just let the expert
amateur.
I know. Amateur weather meteorologist, professional weather meteorologist. All right, Brittany, so just tell us what we're dealing with.
Well, you kind of summed it up perfectly when
pat on the back to me.
Yeah, pat on the back to her.
Thank you so much.
Yes, overall, we are going to be holding on to the breeze. The good news is those clouds are not going to be sticking around all day. We will be seeing more sunny skies as we head through the afternoon. Satellite and radar showing you the last couple of hours across the entire DMV. We did have some mountain snow showers early this morning. You guys do have a slight chance of seeing a few more flurries later on this morning, but no accumulation is what we are expecting. But those clouds will continue to stick around as we head through the rest of the morning. There's that system back off into the Atlantic, completely out of the DMV. High pressure just to the north that will continue to pass just north of us as we head through the rest of your day today. Those clouds will finally begin to roll out, but those winds will begin to pick up as we head through your Saturday. Temperature wise, we are starting to see a dip in our temperatures during that 6 o'clock hour. We saw those temperatures here in the nation's capital in the 50s. Now we're starting to see them dip down into the upper 40s. 47 is the current temperature here in the nation's capital. 49 as you head over there to Lexington Park. And overall, it's going to be a chilly day. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast, Tosin, coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. 8:02, we begin with developing news out of Philadelphia, where a medical jet with passengers on board, including a child, crashed into a neighborhood, setting homes on fire. All of this caught on several cameras, including doorbell camera, capturing that moment, the plane falling from the sky in a streak of white yesterday evening. Those are some of the flames we could see. It exploded in a ball of fire as it hit the ground near a shopping mall and major roads. Officials say on board was a child who had just completed treatment for a life-threatening condition, the child's mother and 4 crew members. The company who owns the jet says everyone on board was from Mexico, adding the flight's final destination was Tijuana after a stop in Missouri. The company could not confirm if there are any survivors. And now to our continuing coverage of that mid-air collision of the American Airlines passenger plane and Army helicopter. The black boxes from both aircrafts has been recovered. The devices store audio recordings from the cockpits and flight data. Now, this is a crucial point in this investigation as NTSB officials continue to work to find out the cause of this collision. Our Ben Dennis has more.
Tonight, mangled metal sits in the Potomac River 48 hours after an American Airlines flight from Kansas crashed into an Army Black Hawk helicopter moments before landing at Reagan National.
We have human remains at Bradley.
D.C. officials say remains for 41 of the 67 people believed dead have been recovered, 28 positively identified as of this morning. As D.C.'s medical examiner continues to identify souls lost at this makeshift morgue, the NTSB says barges will arrive tomorrow morning to help remove sections of 2 large debris fields. The goal to be done in
what I will call quick order. I can make no guarantees of that because first and foremost, we need to make every effort and to make sure we're recovering every one of the people that perished in this accident.
Officials say 2 black boxes were recovered from the plane, one from the helicopter. The plane's flight data recorder, reportedly in good condition. The cockpit voice recorder apparently has water inside, though the NTSB says is not uncommon.
High level of confidence that we will be able to get a full download in the very near future.
The helicopter's black box believed to be okay. The feds are already looking for results from their investigation.
Once this investigative report comes out, we will be advocating probably for years for changes that need to be made, but will not speculate on what needs to be done until we have the facts.
And among the unknowns, why the helicopter was reportedly flying above a 200-foot ceiling along the Potomac River. The crash height estimated upwards of 350 feet. It's something President Trump wants to know too. I asked about it as the NTSB hurried off after taking limited questions.
President Trump was wondering why this helicopter was flying above 200 feet.
And that was our Ben Dennis reporting. 8:05. We were also learning just a day before that crash, air traffic controllers at Reagan National were sent resignation offers with 8 months' pay. It's a similar offer made to most federal employees earlier this week. An official for the Office of Personnel Management saying yesterday the controllers were not eligible for the plan or subject to that hiring freeze across most of the federal government. We now know the names of 2 of the 3 Army soldiers on that military helicopter that collided with the plane. Pictured on the left is Chief Warrant Officer 2, Andrew Lloyd Eves. He was 39 years old and from Great Mills, Maryland in St. Mary's County. We're told Eves' body has not yet been recovered. And on the right, Staff Sergeant Ryan Austin O'Hara from Georgia. O'Hara was 28 years old. Officials say the name of the 3rd soldier will not be released at this time at the request of the family. And crews will be back on the Potomac this morning, working to recover more bodies to reunite their remains with families. Officials say so far, more than 40 bodies have been pulled from the water following that collision. First responders bringing some of the bodies to shore in Southwest D.C. and Gravely Point in Virginia. D.C. News Now talked to neighbors who say they've seen the heartbreaking work from their apartment windows.
Not until I watched the news did I, get the understanding that here's where they brought all the bodies. We were just watching almost in silence, like for hours.
First responders say they expect the plane's fuselage will likely be pulled from the water to get all of the bodies out. Today, they expect to start using a crane to remove the plane. And some grim discoveries being made near that crash site along the Potomac River. A man with the environmental group Potomac Riverkeeper Network says he pulled out what appears to be part of an airline seat near Alexandria. He says he also found several American Airlines branded sugar packets and a waterlogged landing gear checklist.
Some of the sugar packets from the plane and some debris, but you can kind of see this little debris field that kind of works its way all the way up. This is part of the landing gear procedure. All the manuals from the plane. There's another piece of the plane. It's like part of the seat, actually. Jesus.
Wow, you can imagine him stumbling across those things. He tells DC News Now law enforcement says to him he could go along the river as long as he stays away from the main crash site. And the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Baltimore District joining first responders with recovery efforts on the water today. They're providing 2 small debris vessels to help collect remnants from the river. The NTSB says the American Airlines plane was found in the river upside down in 3 pieces, and crash debris found in Maryland near the National Harbor. A former airline pilot who says he's flown into D.C. multiple times, talking to DC News Now about the impacts of flying at certain altitudes. Jeff Ottaviano says cockpit crews rely heavily on traffic control and avoidance systems. He says that technology can detect collisions, but he says the effectiveness of it can be reduced at low altitudes.
You hit another aircraft 400 feet off the ground, and there's no chance to recover. You're just too low. They were probably in the water within 2 seconds. We have one of the safest industries in the world. But in this case, it looks like, unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Now, Jeff Ottaviano says the crash could lead to more training with pilots across the country practicing this specific mid-air collision scenario in simulators. Meanwhile, the FAA and Secretary of Transportation say there are new restrictions to helicopter traffic around Reagan National Airport. Secretary Sean Duffy says the move will help secure airspace near the airport, and it'll likely cause military to adjust routes for flying around the district. And here's a new look at those restrictions. They prohibit helicopters along the Potomac between Memorial Bridge and South Capitol Street Bridge, and from Haynes Point to Wilson Bridge, as well as over DCA. The Tidal Basin is not included in these new restrictions. Of course, stay with DC News Now. We'll continue to bring you the latest following the investigation into that mid-air collision by DCA. You can find updates online 24/7 at dcnewsnow.com. All right, Brittany, as crews return to the water today on the Potomac River, continuing those recovery efforts, trying to bring peace to a lot of families. What can they expect as they start to delve in that water?
You know, it's going to be, once again, the Potomac still pretty chilly at this hour. That water temperature takes a lot longer to warm up than the actual air temperature. So your time now, 8:10. We did have sunrise, and the water temp right now in the Potomac is sitting at 36.3 degrees. So very chilly as those crews are going out to finish those recovery efforts, as well as their investigation. Now, we are keeping an eye out on the next tide cycle. High tide today is expected to be at 9:54 there in Potomac. So that will kind of hinder the investigation as that water begins to rise. But let's take a look at your January temperatures. If you remember, this whole entire week, we've been seeing temperatures above average, but then think back to the week before that. That was that cold spell that we were in. We saw below average temperatures, and at the time of the crash, parts of the Potomac still had some ice in the water. And again, it takes a lot longer for that water to warm up than it does the actual air temperature. So those temperatures in the water are still going to be very cold for those crews. But the good news is we do have a warm up to talk about in that 7-day forecast. So keep it here. We'll talk more about that, Tosin, coming up.